Remember for radio with your host, Jen T.
Yeah, fucking Jen is a warlord.
I'm on the wrong spot. Oh, shit, it keeps doing it again. Damn it. Oh, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Amateur Hour, Rambo Radio. I am your host, Jen T. Twitter and Instagram at Jen T523. We're on the right line, motherfuckers. Oh, God. Here we are. V-Day, Valentine's Day. Your mother... I don't like Valentine's Day. Oh, Jesus. Okay, look. It's not even because I'm single. Even when I had a Valentine, I was like, man, this is bullshit. Y'all made a special day. The man made a special day for people to feel inadequate, not enough, go spend money like you already don't, or you're a loser if you don't. Like, sure, go Valentine's Day. It's waste, man. I've never liked Valentine's Day. It's just an excuse to spend money for no reason. Listen, if you love somebody, tell them right now. Look at your wife. Look at your husband. Look at your partner and say, I love you. Te amo. En mi corazón. Listen, you don't need this day to be like, hey, nothing says I love you like this day, because on this day, February the 14th, or whatever the fuck day this is, that we're going to charge you double. All of the restaurants will be full, and it will take you 3 hours to get home from Orange County. Ah! Shit. God damn you, Valentine's Day. You suck donkey dicks. You're in the trash bag. Valentine's Day, get in the trash bin. Yeah, it's just, I can't. Let me give you the origins, okay? So, I've not been a fan of Valentine's Day since I was a wee young lass or lad, whichever way you think my voice goes. Oh. I almost forgot. I almost forgot my wine. Let me go get my wine. Oh, hello, yes. All right. Oh, a cold pop. I went downstairs for a cold pop, and I said, Lord Jesus, there's a fire. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
I woke up to go get me a cold pop, and then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. And then the smoke got her. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
All right, so let me try not to spill while I record, because I don't like to have any liquids in the Rambo for Radio studios, just in case I spill. So anyways, Valentine's Day when I was a kid, I'm just like, man, why are you guys buying me stuff? Valentine's Day is meant for your significant other. I always felt weird that my parents would buy me gifts. And then I started to think that they were buying me gifts because they felt sorry for me that I'm never going to have a Valentine. Oh, damn. But I appreciate what they were trying to do, and they were trying to share a token of love in a different way. They love their man-child, and they decided to buy me gifts. And one of the first gifts that they actually bought me for Valentine's Day, I remember this. And when I say I remember this, because I've been watching a show about memories, you actually don't really remember your memories. It's a copy of a copy of a copy, which I'm just in a state of shock. But anywho, I remember this, okay, Netflix. And I remember getting a basketball hoop on Valentine's Day. And it was just the greatest thing, because I was on a quest to be the best lady basketball player in my town. And in order for me to do that, I needed a hoop. And so my parents bought me a hoop, and the rest was history. Love and basketball. So since then, I've been looking at Valentine's Day from a perspective of have-nots, when today was the first day that I realized that I already have and I don't need. I already have and I don't need. I went to lunch with the homegirl Erica and Jess and Mr. Jax. Shout out to the homies. We went to lunch today, and it had been a minute since I had seen Jess, and she had her son, the beautiful Jackson Thor. And initially, the night before, I was going to cancel because I hate Valentine's Day. The plan was just to stay in my bed, maybe go to the gym, stay in bed and watch Netflix all day and just pout and just be like, damn, I am less than because I do not have a Valentine's. Damn, I am less than, or damn, you suck. Just be super pouty, super negative in bed. And I couldn't do that because I had made a promise to the ladies and the Mr. Jacks that we got a lunch date. We got to meet up. It's been a long time, and friends need to get together because that's what friends do. Friends don't stay in bed and pout all day and waste the day away and be selfish and silly. They go out and hang together. So I said, I'm going to go and I'm going to try and make the best of it. And when I got there, I was awarded with chocolate, and I felt so silly because I did not bring anybody anything, because I am anti-Valentine's Day. I am Pouty McPout over here because I don't have this or because I don't have that. And when I received chocolate from these ladies and the Mr. Jacks, and when I received all these wonderful hugs and smiles and laughs, I said, damn it, I've been looking at this Valentine's Day thing wrong the whole time. I have been viewing it from the perspective of, I don't have this, I don't have that. When in actuality, I've got people who are sharing love with me via chocolates, via hugs, via stories, via laughs. And when I think about not just the girls that I had lunch with today and Mr. Jacks, of course, but I think about everybody that I interact with when they tell me that they love something about the show, or they tell me that I made them laugh, or they tell me they were going through some shit and they're going through some tough times, and whatever I said to them or how I made them feel just helped them feel better, for even if it was for a moment. That's love. That's real love. And I shouldn't ever take that for granted. I've got a gig tomorrow, which is a couples therapy thing. Well, actually, tomorrow will be today because I'm recording this late again because life happens, whatever. I've got a couples therapy gig today, and I'm thinking about, I'm going to share my love through music. I'm going to DJ this event, and I've been working on this playlist since December. since December. I've never worked so hard on a playlist in my life. And you know why I worked so hard on this playlist? It's because I want to show everybody that this is important to me. It's not about the money. It's about that I want people to feel good and feel loved and have a good time. And so for a couples therapy kickbox, I want to make sure the music is up to snuff, that you're going to have a good time and you're going to beat the crap out of each other. No, you're going to beat the crap out of the punching bag. And then you're going to turn to your partner, your spouse or whatever, and you're going to be like, I love you. That is enough payment for me. Okay. I'm so excited to do that. And I realized that it's not about what you don't have, but it's about what you do have. And you might not have enough money, or you might be single, or you might be widowed, or some strange shit is going on in your life. Maybe you're in a non-monogamous relationship and your significant other is dating somebody else. I don't know why I'm laughing, but I just find that funny that you're going on a date with somebody else and your real date is at home alone. Or you're at home with another date. Crazy. It's the little things that matter. It's the small print, the attention to details. And even if you don't have anybody, or maybe you do have somebody, or whatever the fuck's going on, just know that you've got love. Whether it's from your friends, your family, maybe you don't have either of those. I feel terribly sorry for you, but you do have this show, which means you have me. So cheers. I want to talk about UFC. So now we got that lovey-dovey stuff out of the way. Now, if you're a lady, unless you like sports, you can fast forward to the rest of the show. Somewhere in the middle bit. Maybe towards the end. I don't fucking know. I don't care. Because we're talking sports. And this is my bread and butter. This is what I love. I live for this shit. The first thing I do when my alarm goes off in the morning, I wake up and I check my emails, and I see if they're sports related, I'll open them. If they're not sports related, I'll keep scrolling. Unless, of course, if it's eBay. Obviously, business is first. But the second thing is sports. I check my group text with my sports friends. I check the latest articles. I check stats. I'm up on the shit. And by the way, I just want to let y'all know, because I collect cards. Do y'all collect cards? You should get into collecting cards, and I'll tell you why. First of all, I'll tell you why not to drink on a podcast, because burps. Jesus, I'm going to have to burp every 5 seconds. It's going to ruin the show. Never again. I'm never drinking again on the podcast. I'm going to wait till the end, okay? I'm just going to wait till the edit. This is terrible. Anyway, I just want to let y'all know that yesterday, the LeBron James, Michael Jordan combo thread card. So the combo thread card is where they, I guess, took a piece of their jerseys and pressed it into the card, into an upper deck card or a tops card, and sealed it shut, and it got graded. And that card sold for, drum roll please, $900,000. One card. Let me tell y'all something. I got books and books and books of sports cards that I've collected over the years. And I want to know how much money they're worth. Not that I'm going to sell them, because I want to hold on to them for as long as I can before eventually I'll probably sell them when nobody gives a shit about cards. But right now, cards are in. I'm telling you right now, start buying fucking basketball cards. Start buying shit, because in another 20 years, cards that I bought 20, 30 years ago have to be worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars now. My mom even told me that she's got some cards that she didn't even let me have because she paid so much money for that I was not even allowed to have them in my possession. I want to know how much they're worth. So I went to my parents' house. I was like, Mom, I need to see my cards. She goes, you have them. And I go, the fuck? No, I don't, Mom. I need to see those cards because I want to look at them, because that's my thing. I always used to just the best part of my day when I was a kid would just be flipping through the cards and looking at the stats. I didn't care about how much they're worth. I still don't care about how much they're worth now. I just loved looking at the cards and enjoying the moment and envisioning the exact second that this picture was taken and they made a card out of it. I'm all balls deep into cards because I like sports. So she goes, you took it when you moved. And I went, no, bitch. No, I didn't. Because you wouldn't let me because you were afraid if I moved to a shitty neighborhood that somebody would steal it, break in and steal it. So no, you haven't. She goes, well, where is it? And I said, it's in this closet. And she goes, I'm like, what do you mean? My childhood. Don't say to my childhood. Lady, Linda, listen, listen. We need to find these fucking cards. She's like, oh. I said, it's in the closet. The other closet. And she goes, oh, yeah. Well, I haven't seen them in a while. So I was like, oh, my precious cards. Oh. I was like, Mom, please, for the love of God, when you get some time, go through that closet and find my cards because I want them. I want them to look at. She's like, you're going to sell them on eBay. And I said, no, unless one of them is worth $900,000, then yes. I'm telling you, if I have a card, if I have a basketball card or a baseball card that is worth $900,000, you better believe I'm going to sell that card and move. If that card's going to get me a better address than where I'm at now, goodbye, Shits Bernardino. Goodbye. Woo. So anywho, I highly recommend, I know I've gone off on a tangent. We're supposed to be talking about UFC, but I just want to tell you, if you have baseball cards, hockey cards, basketball cards, look up how much they're worth, get them graded. They might be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars and they're just sitting in your closet somewhere. So get that shit taken care of, or go buy some cards. You never know what you might get. So get in the game of collecting cards. So I want to talk to you guys about UFC and just the absolute travesty. I told you guys last week not to bet on this card, but if you did, I went 3 out of 5 for my bets. But because the judges were so bad, this judging was so bad, I potentially could have won 4 out of 5 bets. The judging was the worst judging I have ever seen in my UFC watching. And I've been watching UFC since 2003. Horrible calls. For example, one of the calls, James Krause, won the first round, had the guy in a jiu-jitsu hold for 4 minutes. 4 minutes. So there's 3 5-minute rounds. So for 4 minutes of the first round, he had my man down on the ground and in a hold. And the judges said that James Krause lost the fight? Lost the first round? What? Now, my man said he was fighting, won the last 2, so I give him that, but whoa. What fight were you fucking watching where my man was held down for 4 minutes and you gave it to the other guy? Oh, no. But now we'll get to the terrible shit. How about Lalir Latifi versus Black Beast? In a shocking turn of events, I told you Black Beast would win because he's just big. But Lalir Latifi took him down for 3 rounds straight. Just took Black Beast down. I was in a state of shock that a 205-pound man could take down a 265-pound man. And he did that, and he did it very well. The only problem was Latifi just held Black Beast down on the ground. You're not really winning the fight, but you should get points for the takedown because you took him down. And he took him down at will. But the judges gave the fight to Black Beast. What? Oh, what fight were you guys watching? Then finally, John Jones fight versus Dominic Reyes. John Jones versus Dominic Reyes. That fight was entirely shocking to me because I had told you guys, I had predicted that John Jones would destroy this this poor young man. And that completely did not happen at all. I was like, man, another lamb to the slaughter. And actually, Jon Jones got dropped with a body shot right to start round one. The first 3 rounds, in my opinion, Dominic Reyes dominated those first 3 rounds, and Jones won the last 2. Jones is saying, oh, well, he was backing up the last 2 rounds. Well, Jones conveniently forgot the first 3 rounds. That motherfucker turned his back to Dominic Reyes and was running. So, you lost, son. You lost, fam. You lost that fight. But they gave it to Jon Jones because he's a champ. Now, I tried to watch this fight again, and I couldn't. I was beside myself. I said, okay. When I first watched it, Dominic Reyes won the first 3 rounds. When I went back and watched it a second time, he won rounds 1 and 2. The third round was up in the air. It could have sort of went either way depending on your interpretation of it. So let's say round 3 was a wash. We'll scrub round 3. That both of those guys won that round, or it's a draw. If Dominic Reyes won the first 2 rounds and Jon Jones won the last 2 rounds and the third one was a toss-up, then that shit's a fucking draw. How the fuck am I not a judge in MMA? Where the fuck did they get these clowns who said that Jon Jones won the whole fucking fight? He lost. And if he didn't lose, then it was a draw. But he certainly did not win that fight. You guys got to give Dominic Reyes a little bit more credit. He put the beating on this cat for the first 3 rounds, at least. At least the first 2 rounds. Okay? But to sit there and say that Jon Jones just swept the whole thing? Nah. The fix was in. The fix was in, fam. And those judges should be ashamed of themselves. And even Joe Rogan and Dominic Cruz pointed out that the judges weren't even watching the fight. They were looking down at the ground or looking every which way but the fight. Or they were talking to each other and they weren't watching the fight. It frustrates me to no end because when I go to smaller shows, like I've watched a couple of friends of mine fight at small shows. Like we're talking just... They're fighting for $1,000 check, and then they got to pay their gym fee, which is like $500, and then they got to pay their agent, which is like 10% out of that, which means they're probably going to get $100 out of that fight. It's so important. People's future is at stake there. I've been to these small shows where judges don't watch the fight. I watched for, actually, I was cage side for Bellator, which is like the next tier down from UFC. And the judge was texting. Now, I get it. It was an early fight or a prelim fight, but come on. This is going to make or break somebody's financial status here. And you're over here texting on your phone. You're not even watching the fight. Your job is to judge this fight and determine who is the best and who is the winner. How can you do that if you're texting? You're not paying attention. So the Texas Athletic Commission released a statement trying to counteract Joe Rogan's observation and saying that, oh, the judges were looking at a floor monitor. I've been to plenty of UFC fights. I've been to small shows. I've been to Bellator, which is like the next tier down from UFC. There are no monitors on the floor. They either put the monitors on the desk, into the desk, where they look down in, but they're never on the ground. I've been to a lot of fights. A lot of fights. 20 plus years of watching fights, both in person and at home, and there's no monitor on the floor. So y'all are just lying to save face. You guys weren't paying attention. And they should be ashamed of themselves. Because you guys cost Dominic Reyes a belt. And now you've given Jon Jones the up. Because now Jon Jones is going to study that tape. And pick apart Dominic Reyes for the rematch. This was the worst version of John Jones I've ever seen. Flat-footed, running away, just very nonchalant. Did not take Reyes seriously, you could tell. And he got his ass beat for the first 3 rounds, in my opinion. The next time they fight, I'm pretty sure he is not going to waste any time. He's probably going to choke Dominic Reyes out. And that sucks because Dominic Reyes is the better fighter. I think Dominic Reyes is the better fighter. I'm going to say it. But time will tell. So we've got a UFC coming up this week, UFC Fight Night. And the first fights, just looking at this card, I am not 100% sure I will bet on this card. So I will say, I will give the best advice I can. Maybe stay away. But if you were to bet, then this is who I would pick, okay? First off, we got Jim Miller versus Scott Hot Sauce Holtzman. Jim Miller is 31-13. Scott is 13-3. Jim Miller and I, we've got history. Let me get a sip. Every time I bet on Jim Miller, he loses. And of course, I have to go to social media and vent about it. Somehow, Jim Miller found my Instagram and started following me. Uh-oh. Because I was very vocal about every time I bet on Jim Miller, he would win. And that would piss me the fuck off. We are now Instagram buddies. I'm not sure why or how. But maybe Jim Miller likes dark chocolate lesbians. Who knows? But what I do know is every time I bet on Jim Miller, he loses. So I will be betting on Scott Hot Sauce Holtzman because his record just looks better. Not that Jim Miller is not the worst of the fighter. I would say these two are equal to each other, but don't tell Jim Miller I'm betting on Scott. I don't want Jim Miller showing up at my fucking door. Rambo, I heard you betting against me. We'll see about that. Hello? Who's there? It's Jim Miller. I heard you're betting against me, goddammit. Please, Jim, don't hurt me. Well, Rambo, open up. I'm gonna beat your ass. Oh, goddamn it, Jim. I would say just for the last hurrah, because Jim Miller's been doing this for a long fucking time. This potentially very well could be his retirement fight. You are more than welcome to bet on Jim Miller. I will be taking the fresher, younger fighter, Scott Hot Sauce Holman. And, let me say it right. Scott Hot Sauce Holtzman. And you can do what you want. Just don't tell Jim Miller, okay? We're not going to tell him we're betting against him. But if Jim hears, we're betting for Jim. Yeah. Put all your money on Jim. Next up, John the Magician Dodson, 20-11 versus Nathaniel Wood, 16-3. Well, let me tell you a story. John Dodson, damn, it's been a long road. John Dodson's been at this MMA thing since 2006, 2007. And what was really cool was he had the nickname The Magician. And that was because he was just able to just disappear and move so fast because my man's weighs like 125 pounds. Fast, quick, doing backflips off the rope. He's just a crazy style fighter. Unorthodox. Just really something special to watch. Now, that was 2006, 2007. Flash forward to now. I can't even remember the last time John Dodson won a fight. He is terrible. He's got one of those Homie the Clown afros going on, and it's a mess. Kids has gone off the deep end. John Dodson, stop fighting for the love of God. Stop it. Make this your retirement fight. Please don't go to Bellator. Please don't go to 1FC. Please don't go to PFL. Please don't go to LFA. Stop it. Just go on ahead and get yourself a job working at the tire shop in your town. please don't fight anymore because you're not good anymore. People are up to speed on your speed and your orthodox style now. You've been studied and broken down, and I hate to say, but the magician is no more. And I will be betting, well, if I decide to, we'll see how I feel. Nathaniel Wood should get the W on that. Next is Tim Dirty Bird Means 29-11 versus Daniel Rodriguez 9-1, excuse me. Tim Means has had a long journey. He wins some, he loses some. I would say on principle, as a UFC vet, you should bet Tim Means. But just based on the records, 29-11 versus 9-1, you'd have to go with Daniel Rodriguez, right? Which is why I'm not betting this card. Which is why I'm not betting on this card. Everything's just too unsure. So I won't do it. If my Patty McFatty gut is telling me not to bet, I won't do it. So next up, we got Lando Groovy Venata versus Yancy Medeiros. Hey, Yancy's back. Yancy's back with a thunder from Hawaii. Lando Venata 10-4 versus Yancy Medeiros 15-6. Yancy hasn't fought in maybe a year, maybe 2 years. Lando Venata has a crazy unorthodox style. I love that. It's exciting. Yancy has the knockout power, though. Lando's the smaller of the guy. So, the smaller of the two. So, if you were to bet on this fight, I would take the fighter with the stronger punching power, which would be Yancy. But Lando's style is very unique. So, who knows which way that could go, which is why I'm not fucking betting. Diego Sanchez versus Michael Pereira. Diego Sanchez, 29-12. Michael Pereira, 20-10. Diego Sanchez, man, he's been at this since the Ultimate Fighter show, which was back in 2003. Diego Sanchez has been fighting since 2003. He's been at this a long time. And he has not been good lately. He has been terrible, to be honest. It is actually very strange. If you've ever seen Diego Sanchez fight in person or watched him on the UFC, his pre-fight ritual, he likes to foam at the mouth. His nickname is the Nightmare, and that is what is going on. He is having some sort of nightmare or PTSD attack, and he thinks that foaming at the mouth helps him get more motivated or psyched up for his fights. I don't know, but it's just fucking weird. It's just like over the top. It's like, come on, buddy. Just put the gloves on and fight and go home, you know? Why are you foaming at the mouth? Why are you stomping and pointing at your opponent? It's just weird. Don't be weird, bruh. Just touch gloves and fucking fight and go home and get your check and ride out. Like, what deuces? Come on. What are you doing, bruh? And finally, I've got Corey Anderson versus Jan Blachowicz. Corey Anderson, 13-4. Jan, 25-8. Corey Anderson, in my opinion, has been making very, very good improvements. He's got something to prove because a lot of people have doubted him on his way up. Jan Blachowicz is my go-to bet. Is my go-to guy. He usually does pretty good. He hasn't let me down. He's only let me down out of those 8 losses. He's only let me down twice. Something about Corey Anderson tells me his attitude got something to prove. Is just fueling the fire for this fight. Jan Blachowicz, although he is good, he is a slow starter. He's very passive at first. He's trying to feel out his opponents. And so I don't like that with an aggressive Corey Anderson. That's just too much time to be waiting to feel out. Okay, like, listen, my man Corey Anderson's going to run across the cage and knock your block into next week. You don't need to feel out nothing. You need to stay out of the way. So I feel like Jan is just going to take too long to try and feel out Corey Anderson, and he's going to get knocked the fuck out. So normally I would bet Jan, but this time, nah, I'm staying clear of that. And those are your UFC picks. I appreciate y'all for listening to my shit. Me ramble with my wine. I've already had one too many. This is getting crazy. But it's time for Customers of the Week. This week I had to deal with Ricky's mom. Ricky, what are you doing here? Hello, Jennifer. It's me, Ricky. Ricky from the Congo. How are you doing? Oh, boy, Ricky. I see you got your alligator shoes on and your fanny pack. What is a fanny pack? A fanny outside of America is a woman's vagina. Are you trying to offer me something? I will give your dad 3 goats for your fanny. No, Ricky, no. Shut the fuck up, Ricky. Listen. I'm trying to tell a story here about your mom. She came into my work. I'm going to tell everybody about what your mom was up to. She was up to some shit. Would you just sit still and listen, Ricky? Can you do that for 5 fucking seconds? Okay, Rambo, but first, let me... Ricky, you... Put your piece away, dog. Let me tell the story, all right? Sit down. Okay. So Ricky's mom came into my work. So cue the African music. Ricky's mom and I were walking to the restroom. I was ahead of Ricky's mom, probably about maybe 10 steps ahead. So Ricky's mom saw me walk into the bathroom, saw me close the door in front of her. And you know what Ricky's mom did? Hello, is anybody in there? Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, Ricky's mom, I'm in here. You saw me walk in here. I'm taking a piss. Wait your fucking turn. Hello? 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 I need to use the restroom. Hello? Hello? Yeah, somebody's in here, Ricky's mom. Chill the fuck out. Hello? I said hello. And I was like, oh, bitch, you're about to fucking get it, motherfucker. I opened that door so fast and I was like, what the fuck? And she goes, do you not hear me knocking? Hello, do you not hear me knocking? And I was like, I heard you knocking the first 10 times. And I said, somebody is in here. I am knocking. I have to go to the bathroom. That's fine. I'm holding the door open for you. Go on in. No, but you need to listen. I am your elder, and I am knocking. I need to use the restroom. Okay, well, guess what? You saw me walk into the bathroom first, ma'am. Ricky's mom. What the fuck did you think was gonna happen? I gotta take a piss, okay? I am knocking. I wanted to come to the bathroom, but you were in it. I'm knocking. Why you don't answer? Why you don't answer me? And I'm like, well, Ricky's mom, I fucking told you. Yes. Someone's in here. Just like my bricktop voice. Yes, someone's in here. Do you fucking mind? I'm taking a piss. Fuck off, you fucking cunts. Did you not hear that? Bricktop's in the women's restroom taking a piss. Back off. I said, ma'am, I was in the bathroom 3 times. While you were knocking, while you were doing this, I said, yes, somebody's in here. Yes, somebody's in here. Yes, somebody's in here. She's like, I am your elder. I am knocking. That means you need to answer. And I said, well, whose problem is that you couldn't hear, Ricky's mom? I was pissed. I'm like, don't you dare. Don't you dare interrupt me while I is taking a piss. That is my private time. Don't you dare! She's like, well, I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you. And I said, well, whose problem is that, sweets? The bathroom's open now. Go for it. I'm not going to hold the door open for you anymore. Because I was fucking holding the door open for her, trying to be nice. Trying to be a polite person. Trying to be a civilized individual. Do you know why a grown man keeps a pig farm? To get rid of the bodies. hence the expression, greedy as a pig. I was like, oh, no, Ricky's mom. No, bitch. No. Don't you dare try and give me a lecture. Don't scold me about telling you some shit. That ain't my problem you can't hear. I said, yes, somebody's in here. You watch me walk in here. Yes, somebody's in here 3 times. After 3 times, once, twice, 3 times, a lady. It's over. It's over, fam. It's over, John. No more discussion. Well, I could not hear you, and I wanted to use the restroom. Oh, well, it's all yours, sweets. Have at it. I was just like, slammed the door shut on her. I was like, oh my God. What the fuck? Bitch, you. Get the fuck out. Jog off, Ricky's mom. I said 3 times. I'm not going to say it anymore. I said 3 times, somebody's in here, and you watch me walk in here. I literally closed the door on Ricky's mom's face. And she kept knocking like a crazy person. Oh, what can we do about that? What can we do? Then after that, I was in such a state of anger. I was in such disbelief. And then Shakira came in. Waka waka waka, let's go to Africa. Hola, mami, mucho gusto. Wherever, we have to be together. Happy hand, you'll be near. Dear, my dear. Looking for my birthday, smiling humble. This bitch who shops at my work looks identical to Shakira. Shakira. Ooh, baby, when you talk like that, you might go up and go back. The signs of my body. This bitch looks just like Shakira. And I was like, can I help you? Waka waka, let's go to Africa. And no, Ricky's mom, you are not invited. Ricky, you and your mom have to stay back. No. Remember, it's me, Ricky, and my mom. We want to go with you and Shakira to Africa. No, bitch. Have a seat. She was like, oh, excuse me. I need help. I've got a cough. And I was like, oh, you got a cough, huh? I was like, waka, let's go to Africa. It's like, oh, well, let's go to the cough section, Ola mommy. Come on, Shakira, let's go. Wherever, let to be together. I'll be there, my dear. Woo. I was like, damn, girl, come over here. We got the medicine. She's like, oh, thank you. You're always so helpful. You're always so helpful for me. I'm like, yup. Yup. That's right, Shakira, anytime. Wait, what's that one song she does? Oh, la 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 la. I gotta fucking find it now. There it is, this one. This is it. Right this way, Shakira. The cough medicine's over here. Hola, mami. Oh, I have a cough, mija. Hey, I got something for that cough. Yo, amor, no entiendo. Oh my gosh. Oh, you're always so helpful for me, Rambopra. You always help me with stuff in the vitamins. Oh yeah, with Oscar. And then more amor. Oh, damn it. Oh, Shakira. Damn. She is so hot. I mean, come on. She stole the Super Bowl show. I forgot J-Lo was even there. Shakira's there. Waka waka way, go way through Africa. Oh. So anyway, she's like, thank you so much, mija, for the help. I'm gonna go to the store. I'm going to check out, but I will be back to see you soon. And I was like, waka waka, let's go to Africa. Okay. I must turn this off because I am slightly intoxicated. But before I go, I want to tell y'all that I watched The Bachelor for the first time in ages. I probably haven't watched The Bachelor since the two ladies left the show and became wife and wife. That's the only season of The Bachelor I watched because I heard that the two ladies were like, nah, we don't want The Bachelor. We want each other. Oh my God. That was like, what, 6-7 years ago? So I watched The Bachelor. And the level of hola mommies on here, oh my God. How are they like, oh shit. The hola mommies on The Bachelor. Ay, amor. So, the hola mommies on The Bachelor are fine. But The Bachelor guy's like, who you? Damn. Nah. I'm gonna head out. The guy that is The Bachelor this year, I'm watching it at the gym. I'm like, all right, and let me try and do this for research and development, R&D for Rambo for Radio. The guy he looked like some regular boring farm boy from middle of nowhere, USA. And then he had some kind of like weird gash on his head. And immediately I thought of Scarface when he goes, where'd you get that scar from? Your mom's vagina? I was like, oh, God damn it, man. This show is terrible. How the fuck y'all watch this shit? But then again, I went, oh, well, I do watch Vanderpump Rules. I do watch Real Housewives of Atlanta. I do watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I do watch some terrible shit myself. I watch Love Island UK because I'm a snob. But the point is, my TV selections aren't any better. But damn, I could not manage. I lasted about 20 minutes on the stationary bike watching The Bachelor. I was just like, these girls are fighting for the guy with the vagina scar on his head? Oh, girl, come on. This is terrible. They're like, oh my God, he's so cute. And the other girl's like, oh my God, I know, right? We just love, what the fuck ever his name is. We just love Brian the Bachelor. Oh my God, yes. Oh, I hope you pick me, give me the rose, pick me. Oh my God, bitch. If he don't give you a rose, he did you a favor. Who wants to be with a guy with this giant ass Band-Aid on his head? Oh my God, he had this giant ass Band-Aid on his head and was wearing the most gayest cardigan sweater I've ever seen in my life. And when I say gay, G-H-E-Y, not gay. Not that gay. The gay. Gay. Oh my God. How do you ladies find that attractive? I can't make sense of this shit. How do you guys like these fuckboys? It makes no sense to me. I'm single as fuck. I is not a fuckboy or a fuck girl. I'm just like, I don't have maybe I'm not economically together. I might not have the dream job, but I think the rest of my life is pretty put together. This guy is like from Bumfuck USA, wearing these weird ass cardigans with a giant gash on his head, who looks like he could maybe bench press a pencil. I'm not joking. How is that? How does that speak to your mating needs? I mean, ladies, I've read books about this shit, okay? Women want stability, and they want somebody to mate with, and they want to be with somebody that will protect him. If you're with somebody who is frail, if the wind blows like it blows by my house, this motherfucker's gonna fall down. I had 70 miles an hour winds at my house all week this week. And the Batchelor, if he was outside of my house, his bitch ass would fall down. How do y'all want to be with that? I can't understand that. I just don't understand. So I'm just watching it, and I'm watching these girls, like one went after the other, like begging this dude for attention, trying to get his attention, trying to get this rose. And I'm just like, these are like between 7 and 10s chicks, the level of hotness. And y'all are fighting over a dude who's a 4 on a sunny day? Get the fuck out. Jog off. This shit's crazy. So I was just watching, and I'm like, watching Olamami after Olamami after Olamami. And they're just after this dude who's just a complete pussy. I'm going to say it. He's pussy. Okay? How do y'all do this? How do y'all leave the rest of the good guys or us man ladies at home alone with Netflix? And y'all are begging for the Bachelor. This shit's crazy. I can't figure this shit out. But so yeah, I watched it. I lasted 20 minutes because that's all my butt could stand on the stationary bike, and that's all I could stand of that show. 20 minutes and I was out. I was like, yo, this is some bullshit. How do y'all watch this? Let me know. Maybe you're a fan of The Bachelor. Explain it to me, because I watch terrible reality, but this Bachelor is bad. Oh man. I want to tell you guys, I also watched The Pharmacist, and I watched the show Dirty Money. And those shows will fire you the fuck up. Like, The Pharmacist is a show, and I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but it's a show about this super dad who goes to the ends of the earth. I mean, the most extreme lengths. He's doing everything in his fucking power to stop doctors who overprescribe. He's trying to get laws put in place. He's doing all kinds of stuff. And this guy was a pharmacist too. He was in the industry, so he knows. But you got to watch that on Netflix. And the second thing I watched was Dirty Money. Dirty Money is so good. So it's like maybe 6 episodes, 40 minutes each. They're talking about different companies that rip people off, like Volkswagen, how they lied about how they were using clean diesel fuel, and they actually polluted the air more. They were putting out 8 times more pollutants than any other car on the road, and they were lying to customers about it. They let 11 million vehicles hit the road, lying about their carbon emissions. So all of the smog and the shit in the air, you can blame Volkswagen for that shit. They also talked about how doctors are just writing scripts for money, how people are getting rich by raising the cost of prescriptions. Like, for example, if you needed an EpiPen, and then these douchebags buy it, and then they raise the price 10 times. Like, what the fuck? It's just really sad. And one of them, the lady had Wilson's disease, and not that many people have Wilson's disease. And 20 years ago, her medicine was $65. Her medicine now, today, is $21,000 a month. Yo, if she doesn't get this medicine, she'll die. How fucked up is that? Aren't you supposed to help people? Pharmacy? Well, not even pharmacy. Drug makers, aren't you trying to help people? Or are you trying to get the big buck? So that show, they show the Dirty Money. They basically illustrate that And all of these drug companies are just out to get big checks, which you already knew, but it's just so fucking sick. This poor lady. There's probably like 300 people in the United States that have Wilson's disease, but they all got to spend $20,000 a month to get their medication. That's fucked up. That's so fucked up. It's crazy. They should be ashamed. Shame. 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 All right, I'm going to wrap this up because I am intoxicated. Please like, share, and subscribe to Ramble Per Radio, rambleperradio.com. Wish me fucking luck tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow is today, so wish me luck on my gig. Please wish that I am sober. I'm going to be drinking lots of water and minerals and get sober from my gig because I don't want to fuck this up. I got a job to do, and I want to impress people with my musical knowledge, and I want people to have a good time because I am the DJ. I have to be responsible. So this is the sober up time. Become responsible DJ and have a great time. And I appreciate every single one of you motherfuckers who listen to this show, who tell me in a text, DM, or in person that you little tidbits that you love about the show. That gives me the gas. That gives me the gusto to keep going. We lost another great podcast this week. January, we lost the Awesome Hour from Canada, Edmonton. Those guys are awesome. Check out their old episodes because they're fucking great. This week we lost High and Dry podcast. Another one bites the dust. With the star power behind these two podcasts that I mentioned, that they just stop is shocking to me because these guys are so good. They're good at their craft. And the best part is they're so good they get sponsors. I don't even have fucking sponsors. I wish Babe Wine would sponsor my podcast, Babe Rosé. But they don't. I wish somebody would sponsor this podcast so I could work less days at my shitty job and concentrate on this more. But I don't. But that's okay. Maybe someday. The goal is not to get rich, but the goal is to get this paid for. So I don't have to work so much at my other job and I can go out and explore and do other things and tell y'all about it. So nevertheless, go check out High and Dry podcast. Apparently, even with the star power, nobody was listening. Not enough people were listening for my man Jason Ellis and Mike Cathward and Katie Ellis to stay. So they're turning it off. They're closing up shop. Shuttered. It's over. So, RIP High and Dry pod. Hopefully, maybe Ellis will come up with some other podcast. I'm not sure, but in the meantime, you got Rambo Per Radio. You will always have Rambo Per Radio unless I am dead. And that is the truth. If I am sick or I'm dead, that is the only way you will not have a show. So be worried if you don't get a podcast within a week. That is the plan. I just keep churning these out every week, because I want to let y'all know I'm alive and I'm kicking and I'm loving this shit. Ups and downs. I haven't lost a pound, but I'm changing my diet. I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful. I keep working hard, and I want y'all to do the same with whatever it is you're doing, your goals, your passion, your dreams. Work hard. And on that note, please like, share, and subscribe to Ramble Per Radio, rambleperradio.com. Tell a friend, but only if they're cool. No negative Nancys or sensitive Sallys. This show is only for truth sayers and lie slayers. I got told today in a group text that I'm too harsh. And I said, I'm honest. There's a difference. And they said, you know what? Rambo Pro, we appreciate your honesty. And I felt good. So I hope you appreciate my honesty, and I appreciate yours when you tell me something good about this show that you like, or tell me something bad that you don't like about this show. It all is for the greater good. But until next time, this is Rambo Per Radio. I'm out.